Okay, so welcome to my 14-day subtle meditation boost. This is day 12. Really happy to be here and with all of you, and thank you so much for the comments and the questions and the likes on the Facebook videos. It's been really nice to connect with a lot of you. Some of you I don't know at all, and some of you I see infrequently, and that's been really fun to connect with people. Let's see, a couple other things I wanted to say. Oh, the challenge that, not the challenge, the ebook that I'm doing, the giveaway thing, that's going to happen tonight. I'm going to do that live with my son. We're going to try and do it like at 7 o'clock. So we'll have all the names of people that have taken the survey. And you have a pretty good chance because I'm giving away 10 free ebooks. And so far, I think we've had about 200 people take the survey so far, which is really nice. And I'm happy. I'm sorry, I have a hair in my eye. It's been really nice. I've had so many wonderful comments and feedback from the survey. So it's done exactly what I wanted it to do, which was get me a little clearer on what people want, what kind of things people are interested in, so that I can do some more online work. So anyway, for today's meditation, I want to continue. Of course, we're going to continue talking about mantra. I've been sort of like hammering away at that the past 14 days. And part of the reason is that I feel like mantra is not widely taught. It's kind of, it's almost, there's almost this sort of, there's almost jokes, a lot of jokes and a lot of humor around mantra about, oh yeah, I forgot my mantra or whatever. And, it's sort of like this new agey thing, this mantra stuff. But when you really look deep into the science of mantra, you can understand how the yogis were preceding what the neuroscientists would discover thousands of years later, So the part of mantra that I want to talk about today is mala beads and how mala beads can be useful. So yeah, they might look like spiritual bling, like the part that every hipster has to wear some mala beads. But mala beads actually have a real functional purpose, and they help you to count the mantra. Now, there's this whole idea that the mantras should come in cycles of 9, and so mala beads are supposed to be 27 beads, I think, and then the mala beads that you wear would be 108 beads. Oh, I think I have some right here. Hang on a second, I'll show you a longer pair. You've probably seen them, but I'll show you a longer pair of mala beads. Let's see, here we go. So these ones, I love these because they're sandalwood. I actually had to restring them because they broke. But these are like, old, beautiful sandalwood beads, and they feel wonderful in your hands, So there's something about, I like wood better. There's also rosewood beads you can use. But I also have stones. These are more just, my husband gave me these as they're a bracelet, and I like them. But there's something about the wood that's really nice. And the way that you count mala beads is, first of all, you don't use this finger because this is the finger of ego. So you put the beads here and you count them with your thumb. And each bead is a breath, essentially. So that would be one, saying the mantra. That's your breath. Then you go to the next one. And so these have 108. And that's an auspicious number, there's all sorts of numerology stuff that I'm not going to get into, and I don't really pay that much attention to it. I probably should, but the benefit of these, now in terms of neurobiology, the benefit of doing the counting is very fascinating, I think, and really useful. So when you're counting your beads, when you're using your hands, this is occupying the most dominant of the cormendrias. The cormendrias are the motor organs. So you occupy the most dominant of the motor organs, right? With the beads. And then you close down the most dominant of the sense organs, the eyes, right? And so these are techniques to hook the brain into an activity that increases focus and awareness. And as we know, focus and awareness is the big one in terms of making neuroplastic changes in the brain. So you hook in the motor organ, you shut down the sense organ, and that's where you're getting this, this powerful combination of which results in a strong concentration, strong capacity for concentration. So mala beads are great. I often talk to people like, do you like knitting? If you're a knitter, knitting is a great way to do mantra. You know, knitting is occupying the most dominant of the motor organs. So there's something really powerful about this in terms of the nervous system and the neuroplastic changes in the brain. The other thing it does is, you know, there's a little bit of, we're using motor organs, but it's sensory too. It's feeling, you know, so you're getting the sensory motor organs. So eventually, this kind of, it's often called japa, which means repetition of the mantra. This japa on the mala, you have to abandon it eventually. You know, it's a technique. It's one of these techniques that helps to hook the brain, and it hooks the entirety of the nervous system into the activity, into the mantra, and then you abandon it eventually. You know, so you can think about it. Okay, I might do it for a few minutes in the beginning of my meditation when I feel agitated. You know. The other practice, of course, is nyasa, and nyasa we will not be doing here. It's just difficult to teach on video. Maybe I'll do a long video on it sometime, but nyasa is when you're using the fingers to count. So yeah, maybe I'll get to that in another video, but not today. So for today, if you don't have a mala, that's fine. You don't need to, you don't need to use mala. I will show you another example. What you can do is just count tips of your fingers. That's also really good too. So you would just do mantra, 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 mantra. The problem is you only have 4. So it doesn't, you know, it's good for a short meditation, but if you're doing a long meditation, it's not as good. So if you do have and let's just do 12 mantras together, okay? So if you do have beads, you can use the beads. Remember, index finger stays out. Can you see my hand? I don't think you can see my hand. I'll do it like this, even though I would never do it like this. You always rest your hand. Let me adjust the camera. You always rest your hand on your lap rather than, sorry about that. You always rest your hand on your lap, not on, you would never hold it up, right? So I look really funny. Anyway, I'm not going to change the camera. So, so let's go ahead and start. And you want to start with just quieting the breath. Straighten the spine, right? It's so important for the chakras to be stacked on top of each other in terms of these practices. So you want to straighten the spine, soften or close your eyes, and then start to find your breath. Inhale and the exhale, and that's 1. And then next inhale, listening to the sound of your mantra. And the exhale, that's 2, right? So you might be breathing a little faster than me or a little slower than me. I'm talking, so I'm breathing kind of fast. Listening to the sound of your mantra. As the breath comes in, it's riding on the wave of your breath, listening to it as it leaves. And the sound of the mantra coming from inside, coming from outside. All the vibrations, the shabda, the vibrations of the universe, resonating with the sound of mantra. So when you finish this breath that you're on, maybe 12, give or take a few, and you think about that, like that takes, I don't know, about 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes to do 12 breaths, and probably about 2 minutes, 2.5. You think about how that gave you something to do, and then notice, did that calm your nervous system a little bit? Or I don't even know if it's calm, but sort of center your nervous system, center your focus, and center your attention. And that's what, that's sort of what you're looking for. That's the idea of what you're looking for here with mala beads. So I hope that's helpful for you. We still have 2 more days left. Let me know comments and questions. I would love to know also, how has this boost been working for you? Has it been helpful for you in improving your meditation practice, or even establishing a meditation practice? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Happy Memorial Day for those of you in the US, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.